which full focus.
Hmm.
So I don't want this to take long in this class
Hmm.
for revision, just as fast as you can, just like fast covering.
Okay, so let's revise quickly. So what we are looking at is a load balancer, right? So this is a layer 3 load balancer. I told you there are two types of load balancer, right? Is layer 7, which is application load balancer. And layer 2, this layer 3. Layer 3 is what? Network load balance. That means it has up to
Network layer.
network layer, right? Up to network layer. So that is the load balancer. So network layer means you have to understand that that 7 layers. You know that segment is at what layer? Segment is
Segment that is layer 3.
yeah, segment is at layer number 3,
Yeah.
correct? So in the segment header, what do you have in the segment header?
We have information.
What do you say again? Say
In segment header, what do you have? Segment header.
in segment header.
IP
We
address.
have a port
Port number.
number.
Segment header has port numbers, correct? Then the segment is encapsulated as packet in network layer. So in network layer packet, what in the header, what does it contain?
IP address.
IP address.
It has IP address, source and destination IP address. And then the next layer, which is data link layer, will encapsulate the packet into frame. So what is there in the frame?
Frame.
MAC address. Got it? So segment becomes packet, packet becomes frame. Like this. Clear?
Yes.
So this layer 3 means network layer. So it deals with the packets. So it has access to source and destination IP address. But inside packet, there's segment also. So it has access to the port numbers also.
Yes.
Source and destination port number.
This is layer 7.
Layer 3 has IP address. That's what load balancer understands. So, but because in layer 3 that already packet that encapsulate or segment encapsulate into packet, right? So, and segment has already the port number. So it understand also port numbers.
Okay. Layer 3.
No, load balancer. This also is with port numbers and IP address.
Okay, because inside packet we have segment, and segment has the
Okay.
port numbers. So it understands both IP address and port number.
Okay.
It can peep into the port number also, in other words. Okay, clear? Great. Now,
Let's see.
Hmm?
Layer 2, layer 7.
This is problem.
yes.
Either layer
Huh?
3, layer 7.
Well,
Who's there, no?
I think it's not there. Machine. It's performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Niaz. Niaz. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Niaz.
Hello. Yeah.
हाँ वो म्यूट था
Yes.
बस मैं वही देख रहा था.
I'm not. I'm not on mute actually. Actually, my this was is not working. Speaker over this. So what I would say, can you call on Ibrahim's number? WhatsApp. Do you have his number?
Yeah, because I can hear everything you are saying.
Yeah, I can hear, but okay, wait. Now you speak. Now speak.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good now. It's good now. Normal call, it's okay. I'm putting on mute now.
Put the mic on mute. How he can hear?
WhatsApp पर दोनों को कॉल चल रहा है.
Okay.
हेलो. तो क्यों नहीं हो रहा था, इधर भी कॉल चालू तो उधर भी कॉल चालू. ये प्रॉब्लम है. और मुझे पता ही नहीं दोनों चालू.
इसलिए हाँ हो रहा है.
Okay, Ibrahim sir, I think we are something we are discussing.
Okay.
Ritik,
Yeah.
Ritik,
Yes, I said yes. Ask him.
you are there? Hello? Ritik. Ritik, you are there? That's Ritik. Yes. Actually, we are discussing something about load balancer.
Yes, I can hear everything, but the thing is, I can't say anything because वो आवाज ही नहीं आ रहा अब तक. मैं इतनी देर से हाँ ही बोल रहा था, वो आवाज अभी तक भी नहीं आ रहा था, तो मैं सोच रहा था कि
हाँ.
आप कोई फोन या कुछ ऐसा वहां पे रख दो जिसमें मैं अपना माइक ऑफ रखूंगा, आप अपना माइक ऑफ मत रखना बस के लैपटॉप या कंप्यूटर के पास में.
ठीक है, तो ऐसे ही रहने दो क्या अभी? ऐसे
हाँ,
ठीक
बस
है.
ऐसा भी चलेगा, मेरा आवाज आ रहा है.
ठीक है. ओके.
Okay. Yeah, everybody's listening.
Yes, sir.
Then for the load balancer, we said that there are two types of load balancer. One internal load balancer and one
External.
public load balancer. Public
Yeah.
load balancer is facing the public load balancer faces the internet, right? Internet facing. There is public load balancer, which is internet facing. Correct?
Internal.
Then internal load balancer will sit between what? Between
Uh,
two-tier architecture, na? Two-tier architecture. So web servers and
Data.
database servers के बीच में रहेगा.
Application based.
Web server is the application server
Yes.
and data server के बीच में you can have a internal load balancer.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Then we talked about availability set and availability zone. What is the difference between availability set and availability zone?
Availability set,
What
that
is
means
availability set and
available.
Hmm?
Availability set, that means it is in the same
Region.
data center.
Data.
Data center.
Hmm.
And availability disability zone.
Hmm.
And availability set, that means it is sorry availability set that availability zone, that means in different that data center. And availability set that it's same data center.
Yes, availability set is in the same data centers. You have servers located in racks which are in the same data center. That is availability set. And availability zone is
Different data centers.
different data centers.
Available.
Okay, like that. Then there are two types of when you want to take the load balancer, there are two tiers you can say. One is basic and other is standard load balancer. Basic load balancer and standard load balancer. We have the tiers in that, right? Which tier you want to take? So basic and standard. So these are two tiers which we are having, right?
Based on tiers, that means we have two different
Models
models. Okay, for
Yeah.
load balancer.
for load balancer. Okay.
Okay.
Then what are the components of the load balancer?
Hello? Hello? Okay. Yes, you can hear, right?
Then we have
Okay.
there's something called as health probes. What is health probes?
Sir, it checks
It
that
checks
which
the health.
application is or which service is running properly or not.
Yes, it will check.
All the servers are healthy or not.
Yeah, it will keep on talking to the servers in the backend, right?
Correct, sir.
If something is if any service down, it will remove it from the load balancer thing, right? So that is what it works. Hmm?
See if it's good or not. Like a network.
क्या बोलता है?
तो मतलब ये बोल रहा है कि अगर
ये म्यूट करें उधर से मैं वही को होगा क्योंकि यहाँ भी चल रहा है वहाँ भी सिस्टम तो होने वाले थोड़ा दूर रखिए Tell him to off the mic of this Teams, then to speak on the.
Hello.
Teams का mute करो.
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
That I'm saying that this network is healthy or not, it means that it's dangerous or not.
It's not about dangerous. It's that अभी जिससे पीछे बैकएंड में 3 वर्चुअल सर्वर्स है, उसमें से एक सर्वर अगर डाउन हो गया तो वो हम चेक कर रहे हैं. It's possible that one server is down, right? Whether the server is up or not, that is called healthy. 3 में से एक सर्वर डाउन हो गया तो वो अनहेल्दी हो गया. Healthy means it is responding, it's giving the service. Got it? हाँ. And
So
we
it's a
have
so it's a stable connection
What
basically.
did you
So
say?
keep
What did
checking
you say
that.
last time about load balancing rules?
load balancing rules is scheduling. It could be how it will schedule, because it has to give. तो व्हाट्सएप बंद कर दो ना इसको. उसको सुनाई दे रहा है ना वहां से कि नहीं आ रहा है? सुनाई
सुनाई दे रहा है आवाज वहां से नहीं आता है ना बहुत स्लो आता है
हाँ तब का तब देखेंगे, लेकिन इट्स क्रिएटिंग अभी आ रहा है क्या? नहीं अभी।
तो वो जब भी बोलता है ना तभी वो स्पीकर पे आवाज नहीं आता है उसका, इसलिए इसको स्पीकर पे रखा है।
Okay. The scheduling is like load balancing rules will be scheduling also. Now, how to schedule the servers in the backend, how it will allocate the work to the servers in the backend. So scheduling के लिए it is using some technique, some hashing, five tuple hash. What are the five tuple hash? Hashing is a technique like it gives some number. If you give IP address, source IP, destination IP, it will give you a unique number of the server, right? So it will connect to that. Like the load balancer has to decide like where it has to send the data, where it has to send the request, because there are three servers the backend. So where it should send it, that is the thing, right? So the load balancer has to decide on the data on the server where it has to send, right? So that is called as hashing. Okay, so there's five tuple hash. What is that five tuple hash? The source IP address, destination IP address. Okay, two things. Then source port number, destination port number, because it has access to segment inside, right? And fifth one is the protocol, which protocol is being used. So it will use all this information to decide where to send the request in the backend, which server to send the request in backend, right? So that's why we say it's a five tuple hash. Here it says
What's the destination IP?
here this diagram shows you that there's a five tuple hash.
Source IV, source port, destination IV, okay, destination port and port.
Destination port number.
But
Source IP, source port number, destination IP, destination port number, and protocol.
okay,
So these are five things.
Yeah.
It has these five things. Using these five things, it is going to
Decide to which
decide to which server it has to go to.
From where it has to go to.
Hmm?
From where it has to go to till where.
No, which server will accept the request? Which
Wait.
server is going to do that?
It is showing source and destination. No?
Mhm.
Source and then destination.
maybe the server is not allowing.
Array, how many servers are there? The backend, how many servers are there?
Three.
Three servers are there.
Yeah.
So the load balancer has to decide, no, if supposing somebody requests for application.
Yes.
So it is going to send to number one or two or three. How it will send? Where it will send?
IP address. It will.
तीनों में से कौन सा सर्वर को रिक्वेस्ट भेजेगा? It
तो
has to
जिस पे IP एड्रेस है पोर्ट नंबर जो एलोकेट किया हुआ रोल से उसी को तो जाएगा ना। यही बोल रहे हैं ना फ्लाइट टपल है वही।
No, it will, as far as the external users are concerned, they are not aware that there are three servers or 10 servers at the back end.
Yeah, so,
They just know that load balance, even load balancer, they think that it's the application server. So what they communicate is with the virtual IP. So actually the outsiders, the people who connect to the load balancer is actually to the virtual IP. They connect only virtual IP. They are unaware of the backend
yeah,
architecture.
it's correct.
So once the request comes to this load balancer, the job of load balancer is to distribute the request to one of the servers in the backend. So to decide by using those five tuples, using that information, it decides where to send the information. Which server will handle that information.
I know what's his confusion actually. He said like that because one of the five tuple is their source IP address and source port number. Actually, why it's there mentioned? Because maybe there is policy on that server not allowing one IP address to be in something like that. Sometimes, we apply like this policy, right? No servers.
I told you, I gave you last time affinity.
Only there are backend.
Wait, I told you this five tuples means it will use this five information to decide where to send the connection, right? But I told you last time something about what do you say? Source affinity. Affinity. Remember affinity I mentioned? What is that affinity? Affinity means what?
Same server will respond to all requests of a session.
Yeah, I gave you example of salesman, right?
Yeah.
When you for buying shoe.
Yeah.
So when you go to the shop, if it is the source affinity is there, that means it will only one salesperson is attached to you, and it will stay with you for the entire shopping experience. Okay.
We handle.
So in that case, it has to see what is the source IP and what is the destination IP. So any traffic coming from a source IP, it will go to only that particular server. Getting? That's why it needs the source IP also. Hmm?
So here we have the source and which is destination.
What?
So the request from outside coming to the server.
User would be source,
Yeah.
external user.
Yes.
Ah, very good.
That's right. Yeah, for DNS, destination IP is cloud service VIP. Source IP, source port number is the user. Destination IP, destination port number is the not backend, it's the load balancer IP. Because people from the internet, they are unaware of any servers at the backend. The load balancer is going to use these information to decide where to send that connection. That's why it's called 5-tuple hash. Okay, and इसमें you have, so it can use those all the five information, or it can use only 2 or 3 information, like source IP, destination IP only. It will not use port number. And you have something called as session affinity, source IP affinity, or client affinity. Means if a user is connected to one server at the backend, throughout the session, it will be connected only to that server. Got it?
Yes.
समझ रहा है नियाज? क्या confusion है?
Source IP affinity, session affinity, client affinity. What is the client connects to particular system? It's a 2-tuple or 3-tuple. Concept नहीं clear है sir. Concept clear नहीं.
क्या clear नहीं हो रहा?
सर ये दोनों को 2-tuple और 3-tuple क्यों बोल रहा है सर वो? एक ही बताना चाहिए ना, या तो फिर अगर 2-tuple है तो सोर्स एंड सोर्स आईपी और डेस्टिनेशन आईपी. 3-tuple में फिर क्या पड़ जाएगा?
प्रोटोकॉल.
प्रोटोकॉल पड़ जाए. तो 5 में भी तो वही है, सब सेम ही है.
तो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए तो it will use all the 5 information, or it will use only 2 information or 3 information. These are the options available.
For 2-tuple and 3-tuple, right?
Load balancer का काम क्या है? What is the job of load balancer?
Distributing the traffic.
Where?
From where it has to take there.
To the server.
To the server,
server,
backend
yes.
server.
Yeah.
Okay. So to decide, to keep track of that, it needs some information, right? It will keep track na ये source, this client is requesting this information. So how it will keep track? Source IP, destination IP, source port number, destination port number,
Okay.
and protocol. ये 5 चीजों पे उसको tracking रहेगा ना connection का. When you make a connection, when one PC connects to another PC, one application is talking to another application, right? उसमें क्या क्या होता है? Source IP, source port number, destination IP, destination port number, and protocol TCP या UDP. ये होता है ना? उसी से ट्रैकिंग करेगा ना, बस उतना ही बोल रहा है वो, और कुछ नहीं बोल रहा है.
पहले इसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दिया 5-tuple, 2-tuple, 3-tuple.
हाँ. Sometimes it will ignore the port number. It will just based on the IP address. कि ये IP से आया, ये IP को जाना है, बस.
That means 2-tuple.
2-tuple.
Okay.
Sometimes it will consider protocol also for distribution.
3-tuple.
3-tuple. Sometimes it will consider port number also, so 5-tuple. Depending on how you configure it. समझा अभी?
That's that. Thank you.
Okay.
Then here source IP affinity and client affinity are set.
Yeah, same. These are same terminologies.
Yeah.
Terminologies are same.
But station affinity can be different.
Same, Baba, same.
Okay.
Everything is same. It is called as source IP affinity or session affinity or client affinities. One and same.
All right.
Affinity setting we need to do because this is a common setting because some applications they require the settings to be done. Otherwise it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So what is the third point mean? Once the client connects, the session stay only a particular system to that particular. For this is for tuple.
That's actually-
two tuple for our.
What?
Once
The-
the client connects the session, stay only a particular system.
तो affinity हो गया ना.
It will provide the server.
अरे फोन देखो ना किसका फोन बज रहा है.
They only use the station things.
I'm keeping something typing in the mirror. What is the how the analytic company?
Yes. They don't need to put the
Yeah, database, whatever.
Yes. What is the issue?
More affinity, we are trying to understand affinity. A live example I'm saying is suppose I'm an external user, I'm and Google, I'm typing something. So affinity, what can I understand affinity here is?
Affinity means supposing look at this diagram. Now you're connecting. You want to access something to the server.
For example,
First time-
Google, sir.
Whatever. Google मत छोड़ो ना. Google तो क्या? Your application, you are accessing some web application which is there on these servers. All three are mirror servers, right?
Mhm.
So when your request will comes on the load balancer, and let's say load balancer directed you to this server, right?
Mm.
So once you're connected to this server, throughout your session you are connected to same server. That is affinity.
So when the session changes,
When you close the browser
When you
again,
close the browser,
exactly.
you log in again to the application, then the session will change.
Okay.
So affinity means if you are connected to one server throughout your session, you will be connected there. But if you log out, the session is killed.
Okay.
Again, you log in
Another server.
another server, maybe. Like that. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Like that it is. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so I hope it's clear.
Yes. Clear.
So if you want to do the load balancer, then you have to create, you need a public IP. That VIP, the virtual IP is a public IP. Because the users, end users will always connect to the public IP. Okay,
Yeah.
Harsh? They'll always connect to public IP.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Internet.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Internet, yes. Okay, then create a load balancer, create health probes, create rules, front-end IP configuration for incoming traffics.
Sir, even if it is a internal load balancer, then also we need a public IP for the load balancer.
No, internal load balancer does not need a public IP. The public load balancer does because it is facing the internet.
Okay, so this is for a public.
Public, yes.
Okay.
So connect VMs to the backend pool and test the load balancer. So this is what you have to do, right? And then I told you about this also. The web page. You know, the IIS server has a default web page, which is welcome, right? It displays welcome in 14 different languages. So that is IIS web server, which does that, right? But we want the default page to be changed. Why we want to make change? Because we want to test it. Just for this practical, we want to change the default page. We want that default page to show the server number from where the information is coming. Getting me? So that's why we changed that default page. We removed it. First, this install is a feature we're installing the web server, the role, okay, which you normally do with the help of graphical user interface. But using PowerShell, we'll be installing the web server. Then we'll be removing that default web page, I start HTML, and we'll replace B with another web page, which will display this hello world from that particular computer name. So when we test it, when we give a request, maybe first time it will come from server number 2. Again, we test it, maybe it will come from server number 1. So we know that it's distributing the load. Getting? So that's why we want to change the default page. Clear now?
Yeah.
Is it clear to everyone online, guys?
Sir, here
Manoj, you said this has
environment
to
is
be run on.
Wait, he's asking some question here. Yeah,
Sorry, you
tell.
said we have to run those on PowerShell itself. We can do that.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, we are running on the PowerShell. This is the PowerShell commands. On that server's PowerShell, you have to go and you have to run these commands. Okay.
On that particular server's PowerShell. Okay.
Yes,
Got it.
on that particular server's PowerShell. That's right. Correct. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Manoj,
Yes.
could you explain the difference between persistent and non-persistent load balancer, please?
Yeah, persistent connections. I told you, no. So persistence and
Non-persistent, right?
this one, no. Same thing you asked, right? Where did you see persistent?
last time.
No, I had made a note, yes, in the previous class when you were explaining, but I could not list down the details. So I'm not able to recall what you had explained.
Okay. Persistent connection is same. That source affinity, session affinity, client affinity is called persistence.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
If you
got it.
don't set it, then what will happen that, see, when you make a session with the web server, web application, so it will send the request in, in shots. In one particular session, maybe there'll be 1,000 requests, one after another.
Hmm.
Your HTTP protocol works like that. It's not that it's connected means the pipe is created. No. It will ask something, then stop. Again, connect, disconnect, like that. In one session, it will connect 1,000
Means
times.
no happening.
I'm just talking in general about the HTTP connection. Whenever HTTP client connects to a server, it is connecting in breaks. Okay?
Yeah.
It's connecting in breaks.
Mhm.
Means there is no continuous connection. Connect, disconnect. So one session consists of maybe 100 or 2,000 connect, disconnect. So by default, what happens? Every time you connect, it's not sure which server it will connect. Then disconnect. Then next time again it connects, maybe it will connect to server 2. Next time maybe it will connect to server 3. Like that. It keeps jumping. But if you set this affinity, then what will happen? Every time it will connect to same server. Affinity.
Yes.
Affinity means love. प्यार हो गया. उससे कनेक्ट होएगा. अभी समझ में आया. प्यार बोला तो समझ में आता है. कोई कनेक्ट होता है, कोई डिस्कनेक्ट होता है प्यार में. ऐसा. यस का पता नहीं मुझे क्या पता है.
काम नहीं कर
Okay, clear. Persistent, non-persistent connection is same. What I'm talking, right? Any question? Any other question? Is this clear to everyone? So now I'll explain you the exercise. So Sanjay has given the ultimatum that when it is getting close by, my dear, your connection 7th Feb.
7th Feb. Yeah.
7th, his credit card is going to last till 7th Feb. Okay. Okay, Mr. Niaz. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
छोड़ो, I had one armies.
Load balancer कहाँ का use करेंगे? Where we are going to use? Where we are going to use?
Load balancer is always being used now for application. If you want to deploy any application, the load balancer will be used. Because if the number of users increase, we don't want the traffic jam. So they always deploy the load balancer.
On web application only, it will be installed on, it will be integrated.
No, that is your web. I told you there are two types of load balancer. Layer 3 and layer 7. Layer 7 is web application layer load balancer. I've seen your architecture. In your case, your company is using application load balancer. Layer 7. ज्यादा पैसे वाला कंपनी, इसलिए तुम भी पैसा वाला है. So layer 7. So when you showed me the architecture, it was a layer 7 in that. Layer number 7 it is.
तो उसमें पोर्ट नंबर, सोर्स आईपी वो सब आ जाएगा उसके अंदर.
वो अलग है रे.
लोड बैलेंसर.
लेयर 3 है ये, वो लेयर 7. लेयर 7 में लेयर सीखा था आपने, अटेंड किया लेयर वाला क्लास ना?
अटेंड नहीं किया था, इसका नहीं समझा था.
इसलिए सब प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. लेयर 7 इज एप्लीकेशन लेयर. उसमें बिकॉज एप्लीकेशन लेयर में भी लोग अटैक करते हैं. देयर इज लॉट ऑफ वल्नरेबिलिटी. उससे भी लोग अटैक करते हैं. That's why you need application layer load balancer nowadays. So इसमें you can put a application layer firewall. Web application WAF देखा ना architecture में? WAF है. WAF है, web application firewall है वो. Wafer नहीं है वो. WAF. Okay, clear?
Yes. तो वो भी लोड बैलेंसर ही है WAF.
WAF is a
Firewall.
firewall for application layer. Okay. Any other question? Clear now? बोलो पूछो.
वही है, वो जब मैं आर्किटेक्चर में वो सब एक बार करूंगा ना सर, लोड बैलेंसर किधर होगा तो पूरा आ जाएगा समझ. बाकी ये है वही ग्लिच हो रहा है. कॉन्सेप्ट तो ये क्लियर हुआ, मतलब टपल ये वो सब उसके अंदर का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन पार्ट है कि किधर क्या क्या.
बट ये लोड बैलेंसर अलग. इसके बाद हम लोग जो सीखेंगे वो एप्लीकेशन गेटवे बोलते हैं उसको. The next thing is this application gateway. So that is application load balancer.
ये डिफरेंट है, वो डिफरेंट है.
वो डिफरेंट है. अभी हम जो सीख रहे हैं लोड बैलेंसर, ये एप्लीकेशन गेटवे इज एप्लीकेशन लेयर लोड बैलेंसर.
एप्लीकेशन लेयर लोड बैलेंसर.
एप्लीकेशन गेटवे
वेफ वाला है क्या?
हाँ, इसमें वेफ आएगा.
अच्छा.
ठीक है, क्लियर?
Yeah.
Okay, now we go to
Class question.
yes.
Why we are doing this, like environment, why we are changing, sir? Just for look purpose?
Which environment?
This hello world and then removing that name web server default welcome wala. Why means we are doing this? Why default one is it shows welcome on the web application, right? But we are removing it when we require to remove those things.
This is for testing purpose, because what is load balancer? Load balancer, when you give a request, we don't know which server is answering you, right? Suppose
Yes.
you implement it with two servers at the back end. So if I give some request, so how will I know that which server is responding?
So this changes. Okay.
So this web page which we are making, the web page will actually tell you that server number 1 or server number 2, which server has actually responded. Otherwise, what will happen if you see
Let's say next step command doesn't show the
behind one, right? It shows only the public IP address.
Yeah. See, for example, these are connections, right?
Huh?
So whether this first server is responding to you or second or third, we'll not know.
No.
Okay. What we want is when we give the request from outside,
Mm-hmm.
it should just what do you say?
Distribute.
It should distribute. Whether it's distributing or not, we want to check, right?
Yeah. Yes.
If you don't if you don't change the default web page, what will happen? It will always get the same response.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So you don't know which server has responded.
But sir, once we change that, the changes will it will include all the servers. No, the changes will include all the servers. In the
You're not
backend,
understanding.
actually.
We can give different website. I think we can make different. Actually, it comes same website, but
Normally-
different name, name of the computer.
Okay, I will give you another example that will make you very clear. Okay. Now let's say, imagine there's a company, you're ordering shoes from there, right?
Mhm.
You dial that company. Now there'll be three different sales girls.
Mm.
Sales girls, okay. And when you dial, you don't know which sales girl is going to pick up your phone, right? Okay. And the thing is, all three sales girls, the voice is same.
Okay.
उनका आवाज सेम आ रहा है.
Hmm.
So when you order shoe, you don't know which sales girl is responding to you. वहाँ पर एक ही है कि तीन है या चार है, आपको पता नहीं.
Hmm. Hmm.
ठीक है, दिस इज नॉर्मल थिंग और आपको पता करने की जरूरत भी नहीं ना. बट आई वांट टू टेस्ट कि दो है, तीन है, चार है. So what I'll do when I call, that sales girl should say I am so and so. Again, next time you call, maybe same sales girl will respond or some other sales girl will respond. She'll say I am so and so. So you are sure that there are multiple people giving service to you. We test हो गया ना? वैसे ही है.
Load balance.
If you give a request, the user will not know which server is responding. उसको जानना भी नहीं है. They don't want to know also. But as a infra engineer, you want to test whether load balancer is working properly or not. So what will happen when you give first request? Maybe it hits the second server. So the second server should say, I am server number 2.
Hmm.
He responds by that. Again, when he gives one more request, maybe it hits the same server. He say again, I am server 2. Again, you give another request, maybe it goes to first server. You say, I am server number 1. So when it is changing, the response is changing. So as a infra engineer, you know that it's working properly.
Load balancer is working fine.
उसके लिए चाहिए. Otherwise, we don't know. We don't bother.
Just to check.
Got it? There, अभी पक्का.
Yes, sir.
So that's why we have changed the default web page for the exercise. Getting? उसमें एक variable डाल दिया. तो whichever server it hits, that server will say, I am so hello world from so and so. इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. आमतौर पे जरूरत नहीं है. आमतौर पे आपको खाली जो भी सर्विस चाहिए मिलना चाहिए. अभी किसने दिया आपको क्या करना है? Which sales girl is responding to you? You are not bothered, right?
हाँ, सर्विस से मतलब.
सर्विस से मतलब है. सच्ची बोलो, सर्विस से मतलब है.
हाँ सर, पैसा आने से मतलब है.
पर टेस्ट करना है तो फिर
करना पड़ेगा.
इसमें वो बोलेगी कि हाँ मैं ये हूँ. वापस आप
Respond
करेंगे तो
आने
दूसरा तरफ जाएगा. That's not
Respond after.
रिस्पॉन्ड तो आएगा, लेकिन कौन रिस्पॉन्ड कर रहा है, वो अलग अलग जगह जा रहा है क्या, अलग अलग लोग रिस्पॉन्ड कर रहे हैं क्या, वो पता करना है तो चेंज करना. Clear now? Understood? That's why we're changing the default response of the web server. Default page को replace कर दिया. तो वो बोलेगा hello world from this particular server, I am so and so. So as an infra engineer, you will know कि हाँ, the load balancer is working properly. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
So the exercise which I have shared with you, yes, guys, online guys, getting everyone? Sanjay,
Yes.
Yes, Manoj.
Ritik,
Yes. Yeah.
Ritik, Roshan,
Okay. Is Jason sir in our Sanjay? Sanjay का नाम है Jason. Sanjay is Jason.
Jason बोला मैंने.
No, I'm asking in our group there is a name Jason.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Who is Jason?
Same.
हाँ मैं ही हूँ. Yes.
So this particular exercise which I have given you is for creating a public load balancer, right? Using standard SKU, stock keeping unit. You know, we have basic and standard. So standard one we are making. So we make a network first. Then after making network, then what you do?
We get the idea, public idea.
Then we make subnet, backend subnet, my Bayesian host. यहाँ पर Bayesian host भी बनाया हमने. So I'll be explaining you what is Bayesian host. So it's a good exercise. A NAT gateway is created. Then we create a load balancer. Then public IP address. Whatever you have studied, everything we are going to be covering in this exercise.
Yes.
The rules that you make. Then we create virtual machines and we put in the backend pool. And then we change the default page. And then we test it like that. So it's a see. Then we test it. Okay. Then clean up the resources like this. Right?
Yes.
So all this we are going to study. Okay, tomorrow class will be at 12 p.m. No, as usual. Yeah.
Which one?
Exercise and the second one.
You
First exercise and second exercise.
storage account.
Storage and AD.
नहीं, इसके लिए आप लोग प्रैक्टिस करो ना अलग से चलो सेशन लेंगे.
No, sir, this one.
क्या बोल रहे हो?
Regarding what?
हमने पहले 2 एक्सरसाइज करे थे. ये थर्ड वाली जो है वो रिकैप है कि मतलब थोड़ा थोड़ा पार्ट उसके अंदर भी है क्या?
ये लोड बैलेंसिंग का क्या? तो कुछ और एक्सरसाइज है क्या सर? कुछ और भी एक्सरसाइज है क्या?